Kia ora koutou. My name is Cecily Guarrera. I live in the beautiful city of Wellington in New Zealand. I've been here about 40 years. I'm originally from South Africa, that's my accent. But I had a very good upbringing in spite of all the social and political upheavals there, because my mother was a teacher. She was very good at spreading the love. And my father, although he was a banker, he had a very adventurous spirit. And he taught us that even though sometimes we have to constrict into discipline and get done what we needed to get done, there was always time for joy and adventures and fun and a bit of silliness, which gave a real sense of freedom, a freedom that in spite of all we were made to do in life and all the compliance that we had to follow, that we were still our own people and we could be authentically ourselves and have fun. And so he really inspired me as a teacher to enjoy the journey of learning. I was very lucky in my first job, let's admit it. I only had 10 children in my class in Cape Town. It was a very small school. And so I was very lucky in that way. Because we could really have a high standard of academic achievement because I could meet the individual needs as well as all the other needs. And we had a lot of fun. Some of those people still email me and contact me on Facebook and so on because we had such fun. And if it was a sunny day, we would have magic bus times where we would jump in my station wagon. Remember, this was 40 years ago. We didn't need indemnity forms then. And we could go down to the world of birds or to the zoo or to the beach or to outside learning, at museums and so on. And we had been trained very much at that time, the fashion was experiential learning and learning centres, which were quite ahead of their time if you think about it. Of course, methodologies and pedagogies change and things become fashionable, or some things are lost or some things are regained. But when I came to New Zealand and started teaching in Pakuranga in a class of 30 children, I cried and cried for about a year because my heart was broken to see how so many children were slipping through the cracks. I couldn't meet every individual need because there were just too many children in my class and so many demands on my time. And so I was determined to find a way to recapture that joy in teaching that I'd had for, my first 3 years of teaching in Cape Town. And so I was determined to become more of a facilitator. I watched that Sugatra Mitra video of A Hole in the Wall. If you haven't watched it, it's worth a watch. And I realized that instead of being the teacher as the font of all knowledge and delivering content, obviously I needed to find a way to facilitate the skills for students to be able to learn themselves. And then, of course, student-directed learning came, into fashion, and learning agency. And so I was continually working on finding a system where I could do everything that I had to do as a teacher and everything I wanted to do, as well as with the children, everything they had to do and everything they wanted to do. And that sense of expansion and finding space to be able to do that was not easy to achieve. But I also decided to study business because I wanted to try being a coach. And from the cross-fertilization of those concepts and the sort of synthesis that I came up with, I found a way to scaffold the day and the environment and the students' learning, and specifically their transferable skills, so that we could actually have a day where everything was achieved that we had to achieve in a good and efficient way, as well as having lots of fun, where there were moments where we could expand into freedom and craziness and silliness, but then pull back again. So if you are keen to hear more about self-organizing classrooms, which are based on self-organizing systems, they basically aim to run themselves, and you want to learn more about leveraging time as a teacher to be able to expand and feel the joy every day, to be able to have true learning agency with your students, and to be inspired as a teacher every day going to school, so that you're actually enjoying school and it's not a drag and you're not overwhelmed and you're not feeling jaded and stressed by all you have to do. Then have a listen to the next video where I give a bit of an overview of what we cover in the 6-workshop course, and I hope to see you there. Thank you.